As a senior in high school, I wasn't sure what I really wanted to do. I was kind of divided between basketball and football, and I think my father at the time really thought I was going. I remember a conversation we had in the car one day, and I can't remember where we were coming from, but it kind of sticks in my mind that he just knew. I said that I had made up my mind that I knew where I was going to go, and he goes, I already know too. And he thought I was taking the easy road out and going to go play basketball. And I had already made up my mind to go to Notre Dame at that point.
From where we come in Pennsylvania, I mean, everybody wanted to go to Notre Dame. I mean, it was that tradition in that part of the country. And anytime we went out on Saturdays, we always turned on the Notre Dame game. Then on Sunday morning, we get up early in the morning so we could watch the replays on television. So he was probably brainwashed at an early age. I don't even remember how I even got started on Notre Dame. I really liked the team. It was almost like a religion. I couldn't do anything until I watched the game Saturday or Sunday if they were on. Later on in the action, Notre Dame has to punt.
Joe knew that Notre Dame tradition went beyond Lindsey Nelson's tape-delayed television broadcasts. Any freshman football player new to South Bend couldn't help getting caught up in the lore and legend of Rockne and Hornung, and in recent years, of Joe Theismann and Pennsylvania product Terry Hanratty, one of Joe's idols. But when Joe Montana began at Notre Dame, he quickly learned that he was just one of many with the same goal.
When I got to Notre Dame, you know, as a freshman, you always have these illusions of grandeur in your mind that things are going to be a lot better than they really are. And when I got there, I was in shock that there were 7 other freshman quarterbacks on the team.
At first, as a freshman, he didn't stand out much more than anybody else, and there were actually 2 other freshman quarterbacks that were higher rated than he was as freshmen.
After a disappointing freshman campaign, Joe began his sophomore season as a backup quarterback. But thanks to 7 comeback victories in 3 years, Montana left a legacy of his own for the record books at Notre Dame.
It was early in the season and hotter than the son of a gun. We were in no position to make a rally.
With just over 6 minutes left in the game, Montana completed 3 of 4 passes for 129 yards and a touchdown.
Well, certainly that was Joe's big entrance into college football, and what really got him a lot of notoriety as far as his ability to come in and make a big comeback game for the University of Notre Dame. That was the first indication that he had the ability to be a great quarterback. Everyone knew that he had some inner confidence, but that was the first time he was able to actually demonstrate it on the field.
I recall how impressed the North Carolina people were with Joe's performance. I was too.
Notre Dame Athletic Director Moose Krause called the game the greatest comeback in Notre Dame history. But a week later, Joe found himself coming off the bench again.
Usually in my position, you got to play in one of 2 ways. Either you were way ahead or you were way behind. And this happened to be the case. We were way behind.
The Air Force game was the turning point, I think, as far as the indication as to who should be quarterback.
With a season-high 134 yards passing, Joe engineered 3 scoring drives and established himself as a relief quarterback.
If you're wanting to be in the position, oh yeah, I can't wait to have the ball, but then when you get in the position, you don't do anything with it. It's probably worse.
In his junior year, Joe again started the season on the bench, but was called upon against Purdue. The comeback kid responded with 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns and seemed to win more allies in his battle to secure the starting job.
You know, I'm not afraid to be in the position. I don't want to be here, but I'm not afraid of it. I don't jump up and down, yeah, I can't wait, now look what I can do because I'm in this position. And I think that's what guys like to see.
That was ultimately the turning point of our whole season that year, and that allowed us to win the national championship. As you know, Joe came in that year, and we never lost another game during that season and went on to win the national championship.
Joe's junior year turned out to be a banner season for the Fighting Irish. Not only did Montana start the remaining 9 games for Notre Dame, but it was also a season that saw Coach Dan Devine bring out the green uniforms for the rivalry against USC. Under Montana, Notre Dame continued to move up in the national rankings. But it took more heroics against Clemson to keep the Irish bid for a national title alive. Undefeated in 5 previous starts, Joe led the Irish into Death Valley for their game against 15th-ranked Clemson.
He was just an individual that came on the field. You knew what his physical abilities were, and everyone played up and beyond, I think, their physical abilities due to his leadership.
Although he hit on only 9 of 21 passes, Montana rushed for 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to lead the Irish past the Tigers.
There's no doubt in my mind about the ability of the other guys, and I think in return you get the same from them.